Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, Frankenmuth Mega Farm Project episode 128. We basically finished, as far as I remember, we have finished with March. We need to get through April to get to May to sell clothes. There may be one little thing we need to do. The animals are fed, I was just checking. Okay, manure, yes. We could get manure and slurry going. Just to keep the profits up. Yeah, this guy is out of slurry, so we could go get slurry. And then we could worry about oh, the manure is already here. Let's just get the manure going. Why not? A little green. Oh, right. It didn't make silage. We aren't getting any more silage unless I install a new silage maker for hay, but I think I just sold all the hay, so no point. And right, we're below half, so we're definitely going to have to go get more manure as well. Unless there's 15k manure in that manure bin, which I feel like there probably isn't. I'm wrong, there's 30k in here. Nice. That fills us up and we don't have to go down and get manure from down there. Yeah, I want to keep all of these, like, manure and slurry producing animals all together next time. Just so that, you know, and then we put the biogas plants with them, and we end up in a position where we don't have to drive across the map to get our manure or our slurry. I thought the pigs would actually provide way more than they are providing. I thought the pigs would be all about it, but yeah, this episode we are going to sell clothes. Although it's not going to be like loading them up. I'm just going to go to May and flip the switch and tell the tailors to sell. It'll be like one of those classic 80s Wall Street scenes. I do believe we're going to need more sugar beet than that, though. We do still need to go down and get slurry. I think that's about the biggest slurry tanker possible. It'd be good to have a bigger vehicle on it. I think that thing is only 300, and I may just be about pulling it with this guy here after the stuff. We can avoid the problems we've been having when we come across that bridge and just get mired down in the field to the point where it takes forever to get out. course, first we have to get the stuff. We also need to go get more pig food out of this. One of these bins. Those aren't legally far enough apart or something. Those windmills. And we're going to see if this big guy can pull that slurry tanker better. So that is a good switch over. This tractor actually doesn't get mired in the field. That is awesome. All right, we can actually go move into April and do all of this again. Well, not all of it, but some of it before we move into May to sell the clothes. And in April and May, we'll check on the oak again, but I'm sure it's not ready yet. Right. Well, let's go check on the oak. Oh, they look done. Fully grown. Alright, so I guess we need to load some oak into the sawmill before we move into May. I also feel like, although we can't really drag things, we might be able to push things around with this guy and his blade. So I'm going to bring him down here. We're just going to drop a bunch of these. And that's going to be a little bit tedious, but just think you get to watch the whole thing. I'm going to put it on a time lapse though. Okay, so having trouble getting a good solid cut on these guys, and it's fairly annoying. I also now realize that pushing them with this truck is not going to be helpful. So I'm just going to grab this guy and fill her up. Yeah, and I'm going to just cut them down as I need them. But we're really just, you know, one at a time in it here. Oh man, that's the one thing about oak. They grow fast, they have a lot of weight to them, but they are a pain to deal with. Like, even if you do manage to find an easy way to limb them, then you have to deal with the limbs and everything else. And it's just a pain. Alright, so we got 26K left. We add that, that's 48K. So that's like 22K a tree. If my math pans out, which it oughta. Making these well worth it when they're grown. The ones I've been feeding in here were not fully grown because the trees that are planted by the map maker are at whatever size they were. They don't grow. They just stay whatever size it was when they planted them, which is annoying. I hope that's far enough in the trigger. Nope, it's not. But that is, though. Yep. Alright, just a couple more and we'll be able to feel good about rolling into the next month. Just want to get it full again. What it really comes down to. I think these things are too big for our things are too big for the yarder. Yep, yeah, take a look at them. They're 8.7 tons, or that one is, and that is too big for the yarder. Now we can't even see. Okay, that's good enough. 32, we won't even be able to fit another tree in there anyway, so that's cool. Now we just need to get the cows and buffaloes fed, although I think we're pretty much out of TMR. We may be selling these guys. Yeah, we're going to be selling. I guess I just dumped food into the buffalo, so we'll keep the buffalo for one more month. As we roll TMR out to them. We gotta get the we gotta get all the slurry out of the other cows. Well, I don't want to drop their value, so we'll sell them, but we won't sell the cow house just yet. And I'll only ever call it a cow house now after watching Breaking Bad. It's a cow house. We can sell the cows, I think. Yeah, no straw, very little food, a bunch of slurry, but we'll get that slurry. Right. Yep. Goodbye, cows. Okay. No worries about cows now. We gotta go get... We gotta get that slurry loaded up. Which is gonna be a bit of a trek, although we... Did I sell off the... Did I sell off the thing? We'll just run it all. If I didn't sell off the slurry hole... I think I sold it though. I sold that slurry tank. I did sell the slurry tank. Okay, well, you know what? There's nothing like slapping down a new slurry tank. Where though? I mean, right there. Or maybe right in the middle here. Just slap it right here. We can just go... Once these things are filled up, we can start slapping the slurry down into the tank. So we're just going to be doing a bunch of driving right now. See you in a bit. Now that we've gotten the... Oh, no. No, 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 no. We have not gotten the milk out. Wow, that was close. I was about to sell a lot of milk for nothing. We got to get the milk out, though. Not sure where we're going to keep it. We're going to knock this guy over again. We got to go get that. We got to get the manure up too, but I think we can safely at this point move on to May and get our big paycheck from the Tailors. You know, we should check on that because maybe today is the best day for close. It often isn't exactly when we thought it was going to be. Yeah, right now we look at close. We're actually better now than we would be in May, so it's time to tell those tailors to sell. Okay, except that's not what I wanted to do. Sell, sell, sell. Okay, so we gotta jump through. Uh-oh. Yep, they ran out of space. We're gonna have another clothing sale next year. Might as well push time forward. And so 22.7 is where we're at. Whoa. Yeah, we just made 4 million. And there are going to be a few boxes of clothes because I didn't get through storing fast enough on that first one. We're going to have to run something down there. That's basically almost the last of the slurry. It's going to be a little bit more slurry from the cows down there, but we got to get our manure going as well. So what do we got there? This guy, yeah. So he's got a bunch of straw. We've got a bunch of straw that we have no real use for. So maybe we take it back up and put it in the yeah, we'll take it back up and put it in the other multi-fruit, and we can ditch this multi-fruit. It's only got lime and herbicide in it, which we can't sell anyway. So we'll just ditch it, get it out of the way. Yep. Now I guess I could have pulled all the milk out and dumped it in that thing and then sold it out of there in October, but it doesn't matter. We do got to get the milk out of that cow barn though. Put it somewhere. So all this straw will just be here for the pigs until we're done with pigs. But next month we're done with buffalo too. At some point we just gotta like call the sheep and end the sheep, or we're never gonna process all of that wool. Also still need to pull all the manure up. I guess I probably could have gotten one little batch of manure done. This thing can't carry manure. I think we're going to keep it in case we want to transport straw, but bring this guy down and grab that other 71, the Perard that we got down there, to bring up another load of manure. The buffaloes are as fed as they're going to be, because that's all the TMR we've got. Unless I left TMR somewhere. If I left TMR up here, it would be good to know. Yes, there's 120 TMR somewhere. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Did I have that stored up here? That's the only place I can think of. So we're not done with cows. We should have maybe kept the cows. Now we have this problem. Okay, yeah, 120 TMR, 120k TMR. Oh, the mistakes you make when you're being spacey. Okay, we still have manure to go get though. But the water buffalo will go another couple months now. That much is for sure. But we're going to go get manure and transport TMR and all of that fun stuff. Okay, we have covered all of that. We've got all of the current manure up. We're going to probably want to roll down and get some more manure next month. But for now, we've got the milk to get out of this thing before we can sell it. Although I feel like maybe the buffalo milk is being pushed over into here somehow, because all of a sudden there's buffalo milk available in here and there never was before. But unless we go sell this in April, we're out of room for putting it in the dairies, except for the dairy that's well over. So we want to sell it in October, is my belief. But let's go on into May. Oh, we need to set those Tailors back. To distributing, so that they're getting through their fabric again and not wasting money. But pretty sure we can just happily move on into May now, which will get us a chance to throw some more wood into the sawmill and that sort of thing. Now it's still raining. So, yeah, we get some more wood for the sawmill. And I'll talk to you when we're done with this. Ah, it's not, it's done, it's too full. So we're just gonna leave it sitting there and we'll work on something else. Right, so let's look at like just milk. We go look at regular cow's milk. Where is that? Goat milk. September. September is the current top price. So we'll have to wait for September. But I think we might want to go get food into the chickens. Dump here in the chickens. Okay. Chickens are full. The horses are worth... they're getting there. I guess we could have been catching horse manure this whole time too, but no worries. The horses don't really take much food. But we can just go get another load of TMR from up top. These here buffaloes. Just driving off into the sunset, no plan. No idea what I'm doing. So used to driving back to the main farm, I guess. So this is basically going to be what we're doing is feeding the... Oh, that thing somewhere. Feeding the biogas plants and feeding the sawmill. Trying to decide whether it's worth it to spend 150K on another sawmill. I mean, we'll spend 300, but we'll get 150 back. Whether that has value. That would be more than just letting the sawmill we already own deal with all of that oak. I mean, we still have months and months to go to get through all of our different things, so we might as well just feed the oak to it and call it good. Let's see, we have one more thing to do, which is the beets. To get more beet into these biogas plants. We'll do that. And that'll probably be the end of the episode. And that's all the beets we've got up here. And now it's a question of where should we be putting these beets, because are we going to drive down there to get one load and bring it back up, or what? It's probably going to have to be the case. We probably should put more beets in the sugar factory. We'll do that next episode. We'll go work on the production village over there. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you next time.